During this video, we're gonna see an amazing album composed by Freddie Mercury and played by Freddie Mercury and Montserrat Caballé. It's an amazing work that during the time received the amount of value that should have. Yes, I'm talking about Barcelona by Freddie Mercury and Montserrat Caballé. Supposedly, the legend says that it was composed in just one night. Yes, Freddie Mercury said that in one interview, but it doesn't matter. The album has 8 songs and the voice of Freddie Mercury is nice, but not so good as Montserrat Caballé. But there is something that I need to tell you about this album. Something that is so embarrassing for the history of the music that nobody wants to talk. If you stay long enough, you're gonna see why. But I can tell you why this album is so crazy. It's just because it's a funny mix-up of pop and opera that nobody asked but suddenly appeared. So, as always, we're gonna start for the beginning. We're gonna talk about one of the most beautiful voices of all time. And yes, I'm talking about Montserrat Caballé. No, I'm joking. I'm talking about Freddie Mercury. I know Montserrat Caballé was much more talented in singing, but who cares? We're talking about Freddie Mercury right now because everybody knows Freddie Mercury and that's it. Freddie Mercury was living in Zanzibar with his family, all the stuff that everybody knows. He moved to London in the 60s or 70s, I don't know. It was a war in Zanzibar. Some kind of war, I don't know, something. The family of, in that time, Faruk Bulsara. I think the name Faruk Bulsara is already a really bad way to start, but who cares? Faruk Bulsara, the religion of the family of Faruk Bulsara was Zoroastrians. I didn't know that Zoroastrians there's still today. Sorry for the people that are Zoroastrians, but it amazed me. So he moved to London. London in the 70s is not so incredible as today. Was a little bit poor. No, not just a little bit. Really poor, really in a bad situation. But Freddie Mercury started to work in the airport. It's amazing trying to think about Freddie Mercury working in an airport, moving baggage or something like that. But we can see some of this funny stuff that we found in the Barcelona album with Montserrat Caballé because now we're going in the Queen area, okay? Because this video should last 10 minutes and it's taking so much and I'm getting bored. You can see in the album A Day at the Races that one song was written in Japanese, and you can see in the album The Works there is one song that is written in Spanish, Las Palabras del Amor. Las Palabras. That the original name was Las Palabras del Amor, a song for Lennon. I can translate to you. Let me check. The Words of Love, a song for Lennon. We need to remember that Lennon was shot 1980, like 1 year before the producing of this album. No, because it wasn't The Works. The Works was released in 1984. I'm confusing Hot Space with The Works. Sorry for the really big guys in the time of whatever. So you can see that Freddie Mercury has no trouble singing in other languages. I must say that Las Palabras del Amor. It's a little bit cringe, okay? I understood the word cringe when someone say to me Las Palabras del Amor is cringe, okay? But you can see that in Queen they can talk in different languages. Actually, I remember when Brian May came to Argentina, he was speaking in Spanish. He wasn't speaking in Spanish. He say, hello everybody, hola a todos, nice to be here. I like Argentina, Maradona in that time was just 18, 17 years old. He wasn't the really big Maradona, and you have a picture of Maradona with Queen. This is amazing. After that picture, I know I'm getting out of the team, who cares? After that picture, Argentina went to a war with England. So it's a little bit embarrassing, but who cares? It's Queen and Maradona. Actually, wow. But we need to go back to the time that we need to talk about the album. We need to talk about Montserrat Caballé. Montserrat Caballé was a singer from the opera stuff. The biography of Montserrat Caballé is quite more short than the Freddie Mercury. She born in Barcelona. She started to study singing and stuff, opera stuff, and she was really talented. Actually, when she met Freddie Mercury, she already was one of the best singers in that time. But they're something like fan each other's. Montserrat Caballé in several interviews say that she knew who was Freddie Mercury, but she wasn't listening to much music of pop or rock in that time. But Freddie Mercury was a really big fanatic of the opera, and you can see, of course, in Bohemian Rhapsody. Everybody knows about Bohemian Rhapsody. That is a mixed up between opera and rock that some of the people they didn't like it. It's amazing that there's people that didn't like that mixed up 70s. So suddenly Freddie and Mercury and Montserrat Caballé, they meet up, and Freddie Mercury say, you know, I'm a really big fan of you. It would be nice if they make an album or something. And she said yes, and Freddie Mercury wrote all the songs, actually 10 songs, remember. In the album you can find 7 original songs and one that is something like a remix of the whole album. And I think that Freddie Mercury already wrote the songs before met Montserrat Caballé. It's a small suspicion that I have it. And this is the really big dark secret of this album, and I'm talking about why it's so crazy. Because in that time, in the 90s, you can have soundtracks about everything. For example, you can have a soundtrack of a movie that is, everybody's waiting for that, but I don't know. You can have a soundtrack about a television show in the morning, the one that tells you the news and the weather. Well, you can have a soundtrack of it. Everything, it has a soundtrack, everything, even television shows. I know that today we have a soundtrack that is a Spotify soundtrack, but no. They put you the opening, the main music in the show. But in the 90s also was happening something that was super incredibly fun and out of the place, that they mix up everything, and most of the mixed up they didn't work. For example, please, this is amazing and a little bit embarrassing. Heavy Tango by Nacha Guevara, please. It's a perfect mix up between tango and heavy metal. And it's a disaster. I don't know which part failed. If the tango or the heavy metal, I have no idea, but I tried to listen to that album, but why Nacha Guevara? Nacha Guevara is something like a presenter in Argentina. It made a bunch of stuff. He was politician. She's talking about veganism. Actually, was one of the first veganism in Argentina, and she looks super young. That's something that Nacha Guevara has. I love you, Nacha Guevara, but Heavy Tango was a really big mistake. What I was talking. Yes, the Barcelona album. Well, this is the embarrassing secret about this album. When this album was released, the people didn't like it. And why? Why people didn't like this album? Because it was released after 2 years of the band that disappears from the scenarios, and the last album was a kind of magic, and they say that they're not going to have any public statement or public appearance, and suddenly Freddie Mercury appeared singing with Montserrat Caballé. Nobody likes it. It's understandable. Barcelona was like 2 sizes. The pop size, they waited for a pop album, and the opera size, they waited for an opera album, and it didn't work that way. Actually, Barcelona is Barcelona. That's why it's so crazy. It's a crazy album after all. When the album was released, nobody bought it. Was directly to discounts and cheap albums. And with the time, the people started to say, no, this album is amazing. This album is the best of Freddie Mercury. Nobody remembers that. Nobody remembers that album wasn't wanted by nobody. And then there is a really big dark secret in this album. That is, Freddie Mercury knew that this album is not going to be released nicely and the people wouldn't buy it. He did that because he knew that it was the only chance that he had to do whatever he wanted. That is, sing with one of the most iconic opera singers, that is Montserrat Caballé. And I can understand why he was doing that, because he knew that he was sick and he's going to die soon. We're in a little bit of sad moment. I know that I shouldn't be closing this video this way, but I have no way to, because Freddie Mercury died. There is something else. They say that they sing it in the Barcelona 92 Olympics. That was amazing. I was in that Olympic, but not for Barcelona, because I want to see Blackpink, because I'm a really big fanatic of Blackpink. I love Blackpink, by the way. And this happened on this Barcelona moment that, oh my god, I love Spain. This moment was epic. I was able to finish this video really happy. This is the only part for royalties and copyright statement that I'm able to show you of Barcelona video, the original one. Check this out. Did you like it? It was amazing. So I can show you the complete video because or copyright and whatever. So I'm gonna sing it right now. Barcelona.